I don't know how to start it, like honestly, like...
We're sisters, Doll.
Bryce wasn't saying it.
We're sisters. You have to do it too.
Okay.
All together now.
Are you recording? This will be the whole vlog, really.
Are you ready to play?
Hey, we're Sisters Doll.
And I'm Brennan. I'm the frontman, guitarist, and lead singer.
I'm Bryce, and I play the drums.
And I'm Austin, and I play bass and guitar.
We're an Australian rock band, and we want to give you an insight to what our life is like inside what we like to call our dollhouse. So these are the Dollhouse vlogs.
And we thought we'd start off this sort of thing doing a Q&A so you can get to know a bit about us and some little stories that we may have or whatever. We're going to answer whatever you've asked.
Bit of exclusive content for you. So we're going to start off with some questions that we've got. I'm just going to show off my new boots. Do any of you currently take music or vocal lessons? I do take vocal lessons, especially when we've got something big coming up. If we're going on tour, I generally try and go to vocal lessons maybe a month before to try and just get your vocals back in shape.
Me and Bryce don't do, we haven't learnt, we probably should go to do some,
Yeah, we probably need to.
but not at the moment.
Alright, have you ever had a Sisters Doll live or studio DVD in mind?
That'd be something really cool to do.
It's definitely something on the cards that we will look at in the future for sure. Were either of your parents in the music industry?
Yeah, our dad was, he was a musician, he played drums, and that was kind of the instrument we all knew how to play. There was always a drum kit set up.
Just showing off.
In front of what?
Camera, you're just showing off.
Even when we start off though, like he smacks it, it's just like tss, he's like tss,
Yeah, he's loud, he's fucking loud. I'm turning this camera off because you're just showing off.
Bryce obviously took the reins on that one.
What ages did you all get into music, and did you have lessons or just pick it up by ear? We're pretty fortunate we can pick up a song by ear, which is quite cool and quite a
It's a
unique.
cool skill to have.
If you got to choose a label to sign you, what company would you choose? Anyone that can kind of expand us to a different dimension. Someone that's going to believe in our vision and someone who can do things that we can't do on our own. So if anyone wants to do that and work with 3 hard rockin' musicians, give us a call.
I have one here. It's a good one. People get the perception that it's all glamorous with the band. It's not really a question, but I think I know what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
It's not all glamorous.
That's what the whole point of these vlogs are going to be, is because you're going to see the behind the scenes side of things about home life, what it's like to be on tour, all the stuff that no one really gets to see. This is the whole point of these vlogs. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll probably answer a lot of that question in the upcoming vlogs we are going to be doing. That's a pretty good segue by me, I thought.
Yeah,
That was good.
Yeah,
Brought it back to the
Smooth.
vlog.
yeah, well done.
You know you have made it when The Who opens for you. And that's not the band The Who, because I got confused with this question.
Yeah, that's a good gig, that one.
That's like answering its own question, eh?
So
Because
when
if
Who-
the Who did open for us, then that would be like...
Well, that answers
The
the
question
question.
answered itself.
There you go.
There you go.
When will you release a new album? Very exciting, actually. We are in the process in early stages of pre-production for our album. Our 3rd album, actually, to be exact. So we're very excited.
Still demoing a lot, working out the structures of a lot of the songs and jamming at the moment.
I think 2021 will be the 3rd Sisters Doll album, which should be in your hot little hands.
And for some of you that don't know, we have 2 albums out at the minute and a new single called Black Mirror. Link in the description.
Link everywhere.
We're itching, though, to put out some new music, so we're very excited.
How many gigs have you roughly performed?
On average, what is it? You wrote them all down.
Tried to keep track of mainly all of them over the years, so we've been a band for 10 years. Yeah, well over 700 and something
Which I
shows
think if
we've
you
done.
average that
That's
out,
a
it's probably
lot.
like 50 shows a year, maybe a bit more. But we've had some years where they've been like bang, 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 bang.
And 2020 is super quiet.
Yeah. Will there be an LP of All Dolled Up?
We'd like there to be.
Our first album is on vinyl, which is still available, and we will be getting the All Dolled Up vinyl eventually. It's just a matter of time. We were going to do it this year, but
Too busy printing face masks.
when did we move to Melbourne?
2014 was it?
6 years ago.
For the people who don't know, we actually are originally from WA, a small mining town called Collie. It's a beautiful little town, but it unfortunately didn't have what we wanted to kind of take the next level in music.
Yeah.
We haven't looked back. It's a beautiful move, and we love Melbourne.
Victoria will be in lockdown within the next 48 hours.
For this lockdown side of things, though, we wish we were back home. How did you decide to, 1, come up with the band name?
There it is.
That's classic question. And whose idea was it to start a band? Kind of just grew up loving music. I was in another band that fell apart, and we just kind of all jumped in the band room. We're very fortunate to have a room that we could go and jam in. The starting of a band is always the exciting times because you're all excited. And who writes the songs?
Past 2 albums have been mainly Brennan.
Lyrically, I've kind of taken the reins just because I'm the singer and the other boys just don't write any lyrics.
But that's not to say we don't. We all collectively work on songs. There'll be some ideas
Yeah.
you've come up with where that song wouldn't have even happened.
I think because when we started the band, we were very young.
When I was 11.
we were still in diapers.
Biggest achievement / highlight so far?
That's a hard one. We've done a lot of crazy good stuff.
It'd be for all of us collectively performing as Peter Criss's backing band and supporting him in New York for his last retiring show.
And touring with Bruce Kulick. We're big Kiss fans growing up, and yeah, to even say we played in the same band as them is amazing, and something we never thought would ever happen. If you could perform with any other rock band, who would you choose?
Now that Motley Crue are back together, I'd love to tour with Motley Crue. Kiss.
Kiss would be cool.
Kiss for sure.
Aerosmith would be another one. They'd have some pretty cool stories.
Extreme.
And Stalk, no.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Do you get nervous before a gig? I used to. First time I sung in front of an audience, I was petrified. I think adrenaline takes over too.
Yeah.
Like if it's a bigger gig, you are nervous, but adrenaline gets you going. So
What gets me nervous, if
both.
things aren't set up correctly, sometimes we don't always have a lot of time to get our things sorted, or if it's a support show for a bigger sort of artist or whatever, and we've got what we get as a line check. That's kind of where it's a bit nerve-wracking. If there's a show where there's a great turnout, big crowd, then I'll be nervous, but then you turn that into adrenaline.
Use it as your fuel.
Give it shit.
Yeah, give it shit. Bryce, how many endorsements have you got, and are you happy?
We're clearly not the favourites in the band.
No.
I've been pretty blessed ever since Ludwig signed me. I think it was 2016. Straight off Australia's Got Talent. In love with them drums. I've actually ordered a brand new drum kit that will be on its way soon, hopefully.
Wow.
You would have seen I've actually evolved to a spinning drum kit now with my Ludwig drums and that, which is incredible.
Do you love the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s era?
Yes.
We kind of like all sorts of, to me personally, I like all sorts of music. If it's got a good melody, I love it.
I think as well, being like a musician too, when you've been doing this sort of for X amount of years, you listen to music differently, you know what I mean?
What's the best and what's the hardest part of being literally a band of brothers?
It's good fun. We've made a lot of crazy memories.
Have you ever been to Japan? We've never been to Japan.
I really want to go to Japan.
We always thought we'd go well in Japan because of the whole imagery and what we portray as three individuals in a band as opposed to just everyone focus on the lead singer or the guitarist or whatever. So we do have some fans in Japan that are very loyal, and we did have plans to go there this year, but
Coronavirus!
We can't wait to come there one day.
Super Nintendo World too.
Yes! Super Nintendo World, holy sh**. That place looks like heaven.
yeah, we're Mario Party geeks.
Yeah, you'll see that in the coming vlogs.
Austin and Brennan, I wrote this. No. What are your favourite guitars you have, and what guitar, if you could have, what would it be?
Well, speaking of guitars, we recently just purchased 2 new beautiful Gibsons. I purchased one and Austin purchased one.
Mine I will have by the time this is uploaded, I think.
Austin's very excited. But if I could have one guitar, just to sit up on the wall, I'd love the Paul Stanley cracked mirror, like the PS10.
Oh yes, it will be mine.
When are we coming back to Bumbry, WA? Bumbry, WA was a city about 40 minutes from Collie. We used to gig in Bumbry a lot. Next time we come to WA, we're never going to miss Bumbry, so we'll definitely be back.
What is the most bizarre thing a fan has asked from you?
A lot of crazy things over the years.
I have something, I don't know if we've said this story before. In Bumbry.
I know where this is going.
So we're not coming back to Bumbry after this story.
Not to see this person, I don't think.
Yeah. We were performing in Bumbry.
Quite a good night actually.
Yeah.
It was pretty packed. Early days.
I was probably 13 or something like around that age. Anyway, so we're playing the gig. We were getting grabbed on the leg by like an older lady.
Who's getting grabbed on the leg?
Yeah.
Kind of just annoying, sort of like.
Yeah, but you should grab and then kind of look down at her.
Which is a bit tapped.
Yeah, and then at the end of the night, another lady comes up to us and she tells us, she says, oh, your mum's locked herself in the bathroom, in the toilets. She was crying and stuff, and I was like, my mum. Funnily enough too, our mum actually came to that gig that night. And she never came to many gigs, and she came to this one. So I was like, mum's sitting over there, I don't know what you're talking about. Eventually, this lady wouldn't leave. She was saying, I want to see my kids. And she was screaming, and the security came in. Say hello to my little friend! The cops came in and had to tase her out. Get her out of the venue. Because she couldn't fathom that we weren't her kids. Yeah, she was screaming, getting dragged out, like full on.
But we are Sisters Doll. We hope you enjoyed our Q&A video. We're going to be doing these Dollhouse vlogs. You might see some fights, you might see some jokes.
It's going to be fun.
Every Friday we're going to be posting a new video, so you do have to subscribe, hit the push notifications button so you do get notified when we put a new video up.
Share and like and all that stuff.
We have some new merch out. Make sure you go check that out. We'll drop the links below.
We want you to share our pages, share our music, and spread the Dollhouse love. Good night.
That's what we have to have, like an outro thing to say too.
Kudos.
Kudos.
That's all I found on Google.
That whole search and you found kudos. Is this gone? We'll see you next week. Over and out. Peace.
Don't let your meatloaf.
Let's go. Go out there. Seriously now.
So Austin bought a new guitar.
Oh man.
1, 2, 3.
Oh!